Hey everyone, Patrick here, Nowhere to Go show. Very excited. I'm sitting in our first 2021 Hyundai Palisade in the calligraphy trim. And yes, it's a trim. I thought it was maybe a package where it's maybe a limited plus you add on the calligraphy package. But no, it's actually its own trim that's above and beyond the limited. So my goal today is to highlight the differences you're going to find in strictly just the 2021 Palisade calligraphy trim. So I'm here on the inside first, and a lot of it's going to be very similar to what you've seen in the 2020 Palisade, but again, I'm just going to highlight a few options, and I'll focus the camera around. Let me flip it. There we go. So again, here on the Palisade, you got the larger display, but one is you have the quilted Napa leather seats, but what you'll find with the calligraphy trim package is that Napa leather does kind of push onto the premium door leather panels here, so where the limited and everything below it are not going to get it. So as you can see, it's the same texture. It is that quilted Napa leather. It's not a faux leather. This is the true Napa leather that is again integrated right from the seats all across the door panels. Another feature you're going to see, and I know it's dark, is this microfiber suede headliner, and this is strictly on the 2021 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy Edition as well. And again, that does go all the way back. One thing some people are going to say is that the 2020 Limited had the suede headliner, and you're absolutely correct. For 2021, Hyundai decided to alter that and put it strictly on the calligraphy to give it another kind of feature that stands alone above and beyond everything else that is offered. So really cool feature there, as well as that kind of the liner that goes across the door handles there. And again, let me flip the camera around one more time, and exclusively on the calligraphy edition is here on the steering wheel. You're going to have that perforated leather, so simply mean that those holes that kind of go across that accentuate. So you've got the solid leather up here, which works great with the heated steering wheel, but then you're going to have the perforation here, and so it kind of separates that design you see. So it looks really nice. It does make it pop a little more, I think, and kind of fit in with the rest of it. The other interior feature that is involved with the calligraphy trim here is actually in the rear. So what I'm going to do now is exit the vehicle and kind of show you what the differences here on the outside are. So give me just 1 minute, step out. I'll be right back. Here we are again, right outside of the 2021 Hyundai Palisade calligraphy trim. And what I'm going to do quick, before I kind of explain anything, let me flip it all the way around, is give you a once around look over everything on this vehicle. So before I explain everything, there is some design elements that have been altered both front and rear, as well as with the wheels here. So kind of got design there, cameras, very similar door trims, and then the rear here has some really attractive kind of marks there. So one thing, I'll start right here on the tail of it, and it's actually one of my favorite exterior features on the calligraphy trim, and it sounds so trivial, but it makes it pop a little bit more, is this brake light that you'll see extends almost across the whole length of the vehicle. I like this because it kind of helps show that widened stance that the Palisade offers that makes it stand out on the road. The traditional one is a much shorter one that's barely covering the center here, and I think it looks great, especially when those brake lights hit. You can see the tail lights there. That kind of fit across, so you get this exclusive, and I don't know if you can see that here, let me see if I can get it focused, where you can see the lights come out and jet. I love that. That is strictly here on the calligraphy trim. And again, it's the Palisade here on the other side as well. And so you'll notice this badge here along next side of the lights, H-Track. This simply stands for Hyundai Traction. Now, the Hyundai Traction system is our smart system that is essentially a basic all-wheel drive system that's able to function and change when needed. It is a smart all-wheel drive system, and it, again, H-Track, simply Hyundai Traction. So let me flip it back around. I mentioned the rear fascia plates here. So as that opens, these sill plates that help with luggage, they're very good quality. They got a good texture to it. It doesn't feel like if you put a lot of weight on them they will break, and that is their design. So scuff marks, if you're rolling luggage in there as you're letting the seats down, you're not going to have yourself causing a lot of damage to your rear here, or this plastic that kind of usually goes across. It gives you that premium look and finish, and again separates that look from the rest of the vehicle there. So as that closes, I'll drop down lower, and what you're going to find here is the premium, the rear kind of side, the kind of garnish you saw on the front of it as well. What you'll see is where it kind of gives this textured look across the whole bottom of the vehicle, as well as these separation. And I love that because, again, to me it widens the stance that the Palisade has to offer, and goes all the way across. And again, it's all chrome to kind of match the chrome you saw inside the vehicle, and you'll kind of see it around the door handles and as I get closer to the front of it as well. So that we saw the lighting signature, we saw the trim here on the bottom, we saw the brake light, which again accentuates that whole rear end. Now let me go right over to the wheels. I'll go over to one of the front ones, easier to see. This is a new, unique design for strictly for the Calligraphy edition. As you can see, it is many different markers, different shapes that kind of make this wheel stand out above and beyond what the Palisade already offered on the previous 2020 Limited and the SEL packages. So this kind of gives you definitely an eye-grabbing design I really like. And let me tell you, when this wheel is in motion as well, it kind of still stands out. It doesn't look very bland, almost like you can't see anything. It's almost like it's making its own design. So yes, these are a 20-inch alloy that you're going to have there, and again, look great. And as I move up to the door handle underneath, the Calligraphy does add puddle lights. Simply, those are the lights that appear on the ground as you get near the vehicle, and those are on both the driver and the passenger side. Now, in the front, this is one of my favorite parts. You've got that chrome going along, like I mentioned in the rear. And there you have it, going all the way across, that same rigid look, and the separation where you can see the like hexagonal grille that kind of matches up here. And what you're finding is this front grille fascia is one of my favorite design elements. So if you get closer, you can notice the separation. Yes, it is these triangle designs, but they got the split line and then the little triangle. And this is a grille that you're only going to see on the Calligraphy trim here. And again, the cascading grille is a Hyundai staple, where they get it from the foundry ladle where the molten steel drips down. And this is exclusive because Hyundai is one of the only manufacturers to produce their own steel. So going over to the LED lights here. Now this is what we had before, where it goes all the way down. The only difference you're having here is this new separation here. It kind of gives it a new insight look that separates it, but still connects that nice flowing trim. Again, every little design element on the Palisade is designed to help it stand out, to make it look aggressive, to make it attractive, and be one of the hottest SUVs on the market, especially in that third row kind of spectrum. What I've seen with this large grille, people are comparing it to your luxury models, and I think Hyundai was going for a luxury look and feel with the Palisade, of course without having to jump to a luxury price. So all in all, that's pretty much the 2021 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy trim. It's been an exciting day having it here. It's actually already sold. If you notice, I'm in a neighborhood, so I'm actually at the person's house showing off the vehicle. And they're very gracious to let me here. It's actually a coworker of mine. So we got another one in, a black one. I'm excited to see other trim interiors and get these on the road. So if you have any questions about the Palisade Calligraphy trim or anything else, leave a comment below. I'll get to you as soon as I can. And if you have any other requests for any kind of vehicles or technology you want me to go over, again, drop a comment. And if you could, just smash that like button for me. And share it to your friends. This is exciting. And let me know what you think about everything you saw today and what you think about what Hyundai's been doing. And again, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Love you.